Ethereum's Merge, one of the world's biggest projects currently taking place in the world of cryptocurrencies, is almost upon us, with a launch looks set for August 2022. OMG, yet another tricky concept to figure out. I hear you collectively howl, but don't worry, we here at Capital Alpha are here to help clear this puzzle up. But before we grab our mop and bucket for cleanup, it's probably a good idea to review the main Ethereum objectives that this merger intends to achieve. Keeping this in mind, we've put together the best guide to help answer all of your major questions about the ETH Merge launch. Welcome back to the channel. This is one and only Capital Alpha, where we talk about the latest news in cryptocurrency and all you need to know in the world of finance. We're back with another amazing video, so please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable alerts to be notified of each new upload. Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, has stated that the long-awaited Ethereum merge will most likely appear in August of 2022. Blockchain fans have been awaiting the release of Ethereum 2.0, which will shift the Ethereum network to a proof-of-stake paradigm. But what is the Ethereum merge, and what has Vitalik Buterin said about it? Let us now reveal the entire story. In 2013, Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, presented a white paper titled A Next-Generation Smart Contract and Decentralized Application Platform that described the key principles of Ethereum. In short, Ethereum wants to be the go-to operating system for decentralized computing. Ethereum is a platform that anybody can use to create digital applications and services ranging from financial services to games, without the need for a third party. This platform further transforms itself into a merge. The term merge refers to a change of guard, the deployment of Ethereum's execution layer, the present Ethereum network to the consensus layer of the beacon chain, the new term for Ethereum's upcoming proof-of-stake blockchain. But wait, what exactly is the beacon chain? I'm glad you asked. The beacon chain is a self-contained network with a proof-of-stake consensus layer. It runs parallel with Ethereum, where the consensus layer is still proof of work. By isolating the proof-of-stake chain from the main network, the developers can continue to work on their Ethereum version without fear of harming what they've already built. However, the two cannot be separated forever. When the update is complete, it will merge and replace the present proof-of-work consensus algorithm with a more energy-efficient and secure proof-of-stake consensus system. To be honest, Ethereum currently uses the proof-of-work consensus, which has significant downsides. This includes expensive gas costs and the severe environmental impact of ETH mining. To address these issues, Ethereum is presently implementing the proof-of-stake consensus. Simply put, merge refers to the union of the Ethereum mainnet with the beacon chain proof-of-stake mechanism. After the arrival of the merge, the network will completely shift from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake. The Ethereum merge has been delayed several times in the past. Since Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has hinted at further delays, the August launch remains an open question. One question that everyone is asking is, why the switch from ETH 2.0? The decision to abandon the earlier title ETH 2.0, which represented the complete shift from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake, was the consequence of several different changes and considerations, both technical and cultural. On the technical side, the use of ETH 2.0 started to reflect the proof-of-stake transition incorrectly. The Ethereum 2.0 roadmap initially expected that both Phase 0, Beacon Chain, and Phase 1, Sharding, would be completed before the final switch. However, because the Beacon Chain was constructed faster than expected, researchers realized that the final migration to a proof-of-stake method would be delayed by years due to the emphasis on sharding. Furthermore, the growing public concern about the environmental impact of proof-of-work chains made the transition to proof-of-stake even more critical. With the deployment of the Beacon Chain, Ethereum Layer 2 rollups gained popularity, exhibiting tremendous scalability possibilities, even for a non-sharded Ethereum blockchain. This relieves some of the stress on Ethereum Layer 1's scalability challenges, allowing the research and development team to focus on the remaining Ethereum upgrade plans for both the proof-of-work chain and the Beacon Chain. From a cultural perspective, using the old terminology would have perpetuated misunderstanding about the nature of ETH 1.0 and ETH 2.0, giving the impression that once ETH 2.0 is deployed, ETH 1.0 will be gone, which is not the case. Another factor that favored the rebranding was scam prevention, as the gap between ETH 1.0 and ETH 2.0 would have resulted in scammers trying to convince users to exchange their ETH tokens for fictitious ETH2 tokens. As a result of all this, the decision was made to abandon the confusing ETH 1.0 and ETH 2.0 terminology, and instead refer to the transition to the proof-of-stake mechanism on the mainnet as the merge. A lot of headache and confusion have been spared by naming the process rather than the ultimate output, which remains in essence the same. What did Vitalik Buterin say about the Ethereum merge? The Ethereum merging is scheduled to go live on Ethereum's testnet Ropsten on June 8th after eager excitement. Vitalik Buterin recently discussed the upcoming launch at the ETH Shanghai Web 3.0 Development Summit. The Ethereum co-founders said, "This will be a major test, larger than any of the tests that we've done before, taking a large existing test network with many applications with proof of work, moving into proof of stake." However, he added that there might be some delays. He said if there are no problems, then the merge will happen in August. But of course, there's always a risk of problems. There's also a risk of delays, and so September is possible, and October is possible as well. Again, it's a confusing statement. What's the progress of the Ethereum merge? What's the current status? Public testnets being battle tested. The Kintsugi testnet, which was deployed in late December 2021, was a public testnet designed to familiarize execution and consensus client developers and application developers with the post-merge environment. The testnet was bombarded with transactions, invalid blocks, and unpredictable inputs to combat, test it, and find flaws. Due to the discovery of Kintsugi edge cases, a revised specification for the subsequent public testnet Kiln was published. It's expected that this will be the final new public testnet generated before the old ones are upgraded. Since the merge on March 15, 2022, Kiln has been exposed to ongoing intensive testing. The Ethereum community practiced running nodes, deploying contracts, testing infrastructures, and throwing everything they could at it to see whether it crashed. Mainnet shadow forks. Although much had been learned since launching and testing the Kintsugi and Kiln testnets, they were still extremely young testnets with low activity, preventing adequate stress testing of syncing and state growth assumptions. This is where shadow forking comes into play. Shadow forking allows you to fork an existing testnet, such as Goerli, and the mainnet, which has far more activity, and add merging relevant properties to its config, allowing the fork to inherit the original testnet state. These shadow forks are only temporary, allowing for testing for a few weeks before a fresh beacon chain must be set up. 3 Goerli testnet shadow forks happened in January and March, and the first mainnet shadow fork happened on April 11, 2022, joined by the second on April 23rd. The results of the latest mainnet shadow fork have been described by Adrian Sutton from Consensus in his Twitter thread. So mainnet shadow fork 2 went extremely well today. Here's a quick rundown of what we learned, at least from my point of view. The team will continue to stress test major forks and work with client developers to make them more resistant to edge cases. The overall theme as approached the merge has been and will continue to be testing, testing, and more testing. So what are the long-term benefits of the Ethereum merger? With over $140 billion in total value locked, TVL, in multiple Ethereum decentralized finance DeFi platforms, Ethereum is the most popular network. Higher transaction throughput will make the network faster and less expensive, as well as more competitive with the Ethereum killer networks like Solana, Sol, Polkadot, Dot, and Cardano, ADA. Furthermore, this can be advantageous in a rising market. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs. The Ethereum network is where the majority of NFTs are minted and traded. Until now, Ethereum transaction fees, known as gas fees, have been roughly $18 on average. Ethereum 2.0 is expected to significantly reduce gas fees, lowering them down to a few cents in the future. Another advantage of the merge for the price of ETH is the shift in the currency supply. Bitcoin has a maximum quantity of 21 million coins, whereas Ether has an unlimited supply, which means there can be an infinite number of ETH circulating. And there we go. What do you think about the upcoming ETH Merge update? Will it work better than the current ETH, even in this market? Leave your comments below. That concludes today's video. I hope you like it. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and enable alerts to be notified of new uploads. This is the one and only Capital Alpha, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!